it's Paige, and today's video is going to be a full face of Morphe slash first impressions review and demo of the new Morphe 39S palette. I just finished doing live swatches, and girl, this palette is something else. This is one of Morphe's newest releases, and I have seen so many pictures on Instagram and I've seen so many pretty looks, so I decided to sit down and play around with it. And while I was at it, I thought I would do a full face of Morphe. So that's what I did today. It was very interesting. There's definitely some hits and some misses. So yeah, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy. Also, don't forget to ring the notification bell, and let's get started. So we have all of our Morphe goodies right here in this basket. We also have the new 39S palette to play around with, and all of our Morphe brushes. The only Morphe products that I don't have are mascara and brows, so I will be using other products for that. But I'm going to Tampa tomorrow, and I'm gonna go to the Morphe store and look for some brow products and mascara. I've never heard of a Morphe mascara before, but I feel like they have to make one. I even have Morphe lashes today, so literally everything is Morphe besides brows and mascara. So we're gonna start things off by priming as always, and we're gonna be using the Morphe Revitalizer primer. I actually really like this primer a lot. They have two primers that are in this packaging. There's the Equalizer and then the Revitalizer. I personally like the Revitalizer one better. It's kind of like a white consistency, and it's more moisturizing and less straight up silicone feeling. This primer claims to blur and soften imperfections, and I think that this is a very nice primer. I don't think that it's life-changing or magic. It's very moisturizing, and it definitely leaves you with a smoother makeup application process as far as foundation goes. Definitely smooths things out and moisturizes the skin, but like I said, I don't think it's a magical primer, but it is a very nice affordable option. For foundation, we have the Morphe Fluidity Full Coverage Foundation. Now, I bought this like right away and I did a review on it. I will leave that video linked down below, but there's a very slim chance that this is gonna match me now because I bought this like months ago. This is the F2.20 shade, and we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna be using the Jeffree Star and Morphe sponge here, and I'm just gonna put some of this on the back of my hand. I used this constantly when I first got it, and then I kind of forgot about it, and I haven't used it in quite some time now, so here we go. As I suspected, the foundation is a little bit too light for me, but it's okay. We're gonna make it work. I have two concealers by Morphe. These are the, I think they're called the Fluidity Concealer. I'm not sure what the actual name of them is, but I have them in the shade C1.65 and C1.55. So I don't really know. I need to swatch these. So this is the foundation here. This one is 1.65 and this one is 1.55. So I think I might just mix the two. So there is everything blended out. It honestly looks really good in person. On camera, I look very gray, and I don't know if that's just from the bright lights and it's gonna look different when I'm editing, but on my viewfinder, I look extremely gray. So we're gonna bring some warmth back into my face once we set the face. So for powder, I'm gonna be using the setting powder in the shade Translucent. I ordered this a long time ago, and it's just like a very basic, fine, oh, I just like spilled that everywhere, translucent setting powder. And then I also have the like pressed powder. This is the Filter Effect finishing powder in the shade Filter 3, and this is what she looks like right here. So I'm gonna set the under eyes and like my T-zone with the translucent powder first, and then go into the pressed powder. This powder is very odd. It like disperses randomly, very weirdly. That made no sense. It also smells kind of weird. I'm taking the M527 brush and just setting the rest of my face with the powder that is in the cap, and then also kind of buffing away that translucent powder. I pretty much ended up sorry, I had to finish getting the powder off my face before I continued talking. I pretty much ended up setting my face, my entire face, with the powder, and I will say that this powder definitely leaves a white cast. Like, I can see it on my skin, and it's not really looking that cute. So we're gonna dive right into the pressed powder that we have and go in with that same brush and just kind of go over my entire face. I do have very oily skin, if you are new and don't know, so the more powder the better for me, but if you're dry, then I would just probably stay away from this powder. It's not one of my favorites. Before I get into bronzer, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I will be setting my face multiple times today, so this is just like the first round. So I will say that the foundation has definitely oxidized quite a bit, and it actually looks like more like a correct shade for me. I'll show you, like I have like the old foundation on my hand right here. I'm gonna put like a little bit of the fresh foundation, and then you'll be able to see the difference. Well, maybe you will. I think you'll be able to see the difference. The fresh foundation is that little glob right there, and it definitely got darker as it's dried and been exposed to the air. So now we're gonna go into bronzer, and I could use the Glamour Bronze Icon Bronzer, but that has been sold out for weeks, like everywhere, and everyone seems to be pretty upset about it, so I thought I would use a different bronzer. So I actually have a bronzer palette. Well, this is the Highlight and Contour palette, and it's the 8L. This is what the palette looks like on the inside. So we're gonna be using this today to bronze and contour the face. So I think I might go in with another one of these brushes. This is the M527, and I'm gonna go in with Donut, which is this shade right here, and just gonna coat the brush. I have only used this palette like twice, so I'm not very familiar with it, so we'll be trying this out together basically. So I'm gonna take that and just kind of cut out the hollows of my cheekbones and bronze up my, you know, around my face as well. Honestly, I love the shade Donut in here. It gave me a very nice, like, natural kind of bronzy glow. I think I might dip in a little bit into Debutante, which is this shade right here, which is like just like a tiny bit darker, and I'm just gonna go in with like a little bit of that and put that on my cheeks. All right, well, this palette definitely worked out very well in our favor today. For blush, we're going to be using this blush palette right here. This is the 8W blush palette. I love this blush palette. You guys know how much I love a good warm tone blush, but we are going to be playing around with the 39S palette, which is very purpley. I'll go ahead and give you a little sneak peek of this palette. You guys have definitely all seen this. Why can't I open this? All over social media, but here she is right here. We're gonna be playing with some purples today, so I don't want to go like too warm toned and have it clash with our eye look. So I think I might go more kind of neutral and go with this shade right here, which is called Unapologetic, and I'm gonna use the E4 brush and go right into that blush shade right there and pop that on the cheeks. Whew! She's still very warm toned actually. I just set the brows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and now we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. As you guys know, I don't really use a primer, so I'm going to just kind of blend out the concealer and foundation that's on my eyelids already, and we don't really have a matte shade in this palette that I can use to set my eyes. I could use this, but this is like a very shimmery, sparkly shade, so I'm actually just gonna go in with the powder that we used to set the face and set my eyes with that, and I'm going to just take an M433 and do that. So here's our palette really here. It's really big, so like it's kind of hard to fit the whole thing in the frame. There's a lot of like cooler blue tone purples over here, and then we have more like warmer like cranberry tone purples over here. So I'm gonna stay away from this area, even though that's directly where I want to go, and I'm gonna try to stay more over here. And I do really want to try to use this glitter. I'm a little bit nervous, like I feel like it's gonna be like a cheesy kind of pressed glitter with like that Vaseline base, and then the top coat's gonna wipe away, but we'll see. I'm gonna swatch it for the very first time. I haven't swatched any of these palettes yet, but let's just see how it is. Okay. Oh my goodness. And there's still glitter. Okay, let's do another finger swatch. I'm so excited. I am so excited. That is such a relief. I am so happy that this swatches so well. Okay, we're good. And it's not like just a top layer. It's definitely, it goes all the way down. Okay, we're good. Here is a swatch of it right here. It is a very like warm toned glitter. There's like some gold pieces and pink, but we're gonna make it work with our eye look somehow. So I'm actually, what should we go in with first? So I swatched some of the shades to try to get like a palette in mind, a color palette in mind, and I think I'm gonna go with this glitter shade, this shade, and then maybe like this one. I don't know, we're gonna play around with it, but I will do full swatches of this palette and insert them right here. So far, the ones that I swatched are absolutely amazing, and the mattes seem to be very pigmented and creamy. The shimmers, like the big pans in the middle, are stunning. They have like glitter in them, they're metallic, and then of course the actual glitter shade that we use, which let's see what the glitter shade was actually called. It is called Show Off. Oh my gosh, I love that. So I'm gonna take the same brush that we used to set the eyelids. This is the M433, and we are gonna go into the shade Pink Prize, which is this one right here, and I'm going to put this in the crease. So it's not the most pigmented shade. I feel like you can barely see it in the viewfinder, but in person it's really pretty. It definitely built up very well. Like the more I layer it, the more opaque it is. It's a really pretty color, and I feel like if I had an eyeshadow primer on, it would be even better. So now I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, which is called Purple Majesty, and I'm actually just gonna take that same exact brush. Man, what is up with me? I always forget to do this eye. Normally I do the steps together, but I've been getting so excited about using eyeshadow lately that I just like don't stop and keep going with this one eye. And we're gonna go right into Purple Majesty and then put this in the crease as well. That shade definitely had a lot more color payoff, and it looks so pretty. Oh, I am so excited right now. Okay, I'm gonna do the other eye and catch up really quick, and then we'll move on. Now I'm gonna use this shade right here, which is called Grape Mines. And I'm gonna take like a small packer brush and pack that onto the outer corner and the inner corner of my eye. And we're gonna try to attempt a little bit of like a halo eye situation, possibly. So we're gonna take the M166 and start applying this to the eye. It looks so pigmented. I am experiencing a little bit of fallout, but nothing too terrible. Hopefully it doesn't stain my cheekbones purple, because that would be kind of bad. This is definitely going to be another one of those situations where it looks absolutely crazy until the very, very end. So now I think I might go in with one of these bigger shades, like a shimmery shade, and press that to the center of my eye before I go in with the actual glitter. I think I'm going to use this one right here, which is called Here For It. And I'm just going to take another one of those brushes. It's the M166. Just got purple eyeshadow on my bronzer brush. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so a couple things. First of all, I am experiencing a little bit of an issue with that matte, darker purple shade. So when I was applying this center shade, I felt like I lost a little bit of the pigment. So I tried to go back in with more of that shade, and it just kind of wiped away what was already there. And I've experienced this problem with some Jeffree Star eyeshadows in the past. I'll zoom you in so you can kind of see it a little bit better. So hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. Like there's kind of like a bare patch right there, and it looked fine at first, but now there's like an awkward bare patch, and I don't really know how to fix it, because every time I try to go back in with more product and apply it, nothing happens. Like it still looks really patchy, even if I like packed on more shadow. And you can see this fallout, and it is kind of staining my cheek a little bit. So I would definitely put powder under your eyes before you use these shadows, or do your foundation after. So I'm just gonna try to like finagle with this a little bit and see what I can do. Ugh, why is this happening? Okay, so I can't really seem to fix it, so we're just gonna keep moving on, and I'm gonna do the other eye and see if it happens on that eye as well. Alright guys, so unfortunately I am having quite a few issues with that dang purple shade. Like everything was fine except for this shade right here. This one like screwed up everything. So it doesn't look good on either eye, and it's super patchy, and the fallout on that shade is insane. And as soon as you try to like touch it again with a brush, it just like flakes away and disappears. This shade that I put on my center, oh my goodness. I am shook by how beautiful it is. This was the shade Here For It, and I will swatch this on my finger. Oh my god, I freaking love this shade so much. It has like a blue reflect to it. Unfortunately, the rest of the eye look doesn't really look that good because of, you know, that one purple shade, but this is so freaking pretty. I am obsessed. Also, my cheekbone area and kind of under eye area is like stained with purple, and it just is giving me like this weird dark like hue, and it's not cute, so that's something to keep in mind. The other two shades that I used in my crease didn't really have any fallout at all. It was just that one shade, which is called Grape Mines, and it could be because it's like a pressed pigment or whatever, and since I'm not using an eyeshadow primer, that could affect things. But this is the same exact thing that happened to a very similar shadow from the Jeffree Star Alien palette. So I'm gonna kind of put maybe those first two shades that we used, the two pinkier ones, on my lower lash line, and then I'll be back to finish off the eye look. Now we're going to take the highlighter that we're going to be using, which is the High Impact Highlighter in the shade Spark, and I'm going to take a small little flat brush. This is the M152 from Morphe, and I'm going to put this on my brow bone and my inner corner. So we didn't end up using that glitter shade, but I feel like it would make things a little bit too crazy. So I really like how things are, I mean, you know, as far as like color scheme and everything goes, obviously the inner and outer corner of my eyes look a little wonky, but I tried to fix it. I really did. So now I'm going to go in with mascara, and I'm going to be using the Wonder 2 Wonder Extensions Lash Extension and Curl Mascara. This has been my go-to mascara recently, and I'm going to coat the lashes, and then we're going to pop on some lashes from Morphe, which will be switching things up a little bit for me. I just wanted to show you guys how freaking good this mascara is. This is one coat of the mascara on the side, and this side obviously is unmascaraed, but I just had to show you that because like I'm shook. Normally with crazy colored eyeshadow I have to put lashes on, but I would feel perfectly fine just going like this, but we're still gonna put lashes on just to like have fun and stuff like that. But yeah, just wanted to show you real quick. Now we're going to move on to lashes. I have 3 pairs of lashes here from Morphe. Normally I use my D-Star lashes, but since we're doing a full face of Morphe and I had these, I thought I would go ahead and use a pair. So we have these ones, which are in the style Posh. We also have Flirt Alert. Those ones are really pretty. And then this one is called Smoochy. I kind of want to do Flirt Alert because these ones seem to be the like least dramatic of the bunch, even though they are still quite dramatic. And I'm going to go ahead and trim these up with my little Revlon scissors that I got at TJ Maxx. And then I do use the Sephora collection brush tip lash adhesive. This is so freaking good. And then I'm gonna use my little D-Star Lashes clampy thing. So yeah, frick! Okay, these lashes are literally driving me insane. Okay, so no joke, that was so difficult. That took me like 20 minutes to put on these lashes, and they still look so meshed together. I don't know if I'm just having an off day or if it's the lashes or what, but I'm not digging the lashes. My regular lashes are not blending with the fake lashes because the fake lashes are like too wispy and like skinny, and my regular lashes just are like not like having it, and they would not stick to my eyelids. So that like, I'm like, put me in a bad mood. Not really, but like, that was just a lot more difficult than I was anticipating. So now we're gonna move on to lips. So I have the lip liner from Morphe in the shade Bay. I love this lip liner so much, it's so good. Now that my lips are lined, I'm gonna go in with one of my all-time favorite lip products ever. This is the Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Virgin. I love this thing so much, it's so freaking good. I've talked about it a million times on my channel. It is the perfect pinky nude in my opinion for me. I also wanted to mention that normally I do not line my lips when I use this liquid lipstick. I just go straight in and I'm good to go. But I wanted to switch things up a little bit, and I have these Morphe lip liners that are so amazing, and since we're doing a full face of Morphe, I thought I would include them in this video. These are a really good formula, super pigmented and very creamy, and they're so long. Like, you get so much product and they are very affordable. So if you're looking for some new good lip liners, I highly recommend the Morphe ones. I have like 7 of them. So now all we have left to do is highlight and then finish off the face with another set. So let's go in with some highlight. For highlight, we're going to be using the High Impact Highlighter in the shade Spark. I freaking live for this highlighter. I actually bought a little version of it like a while ago, and then I ended up getting the full size because it's just that good. So I'm going to take the classic highlighting brush. This is a Morphe M501, and I'm going to go right in and pop this on my cheekbones. This is the highlighter that we use on our brow bone and inner corner as well. I love doing that. I feel like it's very cohesive. Such a beautiful highlighter. Like, are you kidding? Ugh. So our last step is to set the face with the continuous setting mist once again. So this is the finished look. I did want to quickly mention a couple of things. So some definite must-haves from the video, in my opinion, are the lip liners, the liquid lipstick in the shade Virgin, and the highlighter in the shade Spark. Those are some of my all-time favorite makeup products in general. The primer is good, the foundation is good, the concealer is good. Some things that I didn't like were the lashes, and what was the other thing? Oh yeah, this setting powder right here. I'm not a fan of this, so this is a pass for me. The lashes are personally a pass for me. The eyeshadow palette is definitely going to be something that I have to continue using and playing around with before I give a final opinion, but with lashes and everything on, I feel like it kind of hides the mistakes or the, you know, inconsistencies with the shadows. So it kind of like, it looks cute with lashes and everything on, but it's because it's being masked. But overall, I think that this palette is absolutely stunning, and the formula of this middle row right here, I am shook. It's very different. It's almost like a gel kind of consistency. It's very soft. You can see like the big indent in this shadow right here from me going back in. I love that shade. This might be one of my favorite shades in the palette. I love the blue duochrome effect that it has. That is the one that I have on the center of my eyelid. This shade right here gave me some major trouble, the grape mines or whatever, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. So far, I'm happy that I purchased it. I'm still, you know, excited about trying all these other shades, especially this glitter right here. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'll definitely have to keep trying this out before I can give like a final verdict on it, but I will have all of these products linked in the description box in case you're interested. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and ring my notification bell. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.